Good morning, homesteaders. We're out here, we just had about 4 inches of snow. It's December almost, and it's good to have the snow on the ground. Today I want to talk to you about very simple solar electric systems. Perhaps you're on the grid and you have all the electricity you need, but sometimes the problem is you don't have the electricity where you need it, when you need it. And solar can really be helpful in those times. If you don't want to have to rent a trencher and bury the wire, which is very expensive, sometimes if you have a simple chore to do with a little bit of electricity, then solar can be a great choice, even if you have electricity provided by the grid. So, here's one of my favorites. I'm going to start with the simplest one, and we're going to do several small YouTube presentations and show you some different ideas that we use around here on our homestead. This comes from Harbor Freight. This little guy right here is the little package it comes in. These are so doggone handy. They're about 13 bucks. Please understand, I don't sell anything. I don't get anything from Harbor Freight. I don't recommend that you buy most of the solar stuff from Harbor Freight because most of it is not a good value. But that being said, this little guy is so handy that I use it all over the place. If you're like me, you have a lot of different vehicles that you use. Maybe you have an old pickup truck that sits a lot and you need it when you need it, but it could go for, 60 days without ever being started. Well, in the cold weather, sometimes that'll kill your battery. What this is a little automatic battery charger, and we're going to show it in an actual application here in just a few minutes. This one I've got set up, this is where I park my lawn tractor. And lawn tractors have that little battery for starting them, and they're notorious for not working when it gets cold. This is real handy. This connection goes to all the accessories that come with this kit. And this allows me, I have it hooked up to the battery on my little lawn tractor, and all I have to do is plug this little guy in right there. So I park my lawn tractor here out of the wind and the snow, and then I plug it in whenever I'm not using it, and it's basically just a little tiny trickle charge. And then I have it ready to go whenever I need it. This will make it a lot easier for you. Maybe you have a snow blower that has an automatic start, or a lawnmower with an automatic start. If you have a small battery on there and you want to keep it good, this is a great way to do it. Let's show you something else. All right, what you're seeing here, this is our little charger on our generator, which has an electric start. Let me show it to you. All right, so here's the little battery. Again, these guys don't like to get cold, and I can't afford to store all my stuff inside, so I like to keep them charged up and ready to go. So these little clips right here come with the kit that I showed you from Harbor Freight, and they go right over here. Now what I've done here is I always end up with these big batteries. They're not strong enough to be in a solar setup that I have, but they still work, and they're certainly good enough to help start this generator. So what I've done here, you can see this runs around here. Okay, and here's that little connection that I told you about. You can see it there, that little connection. And so it just plugs right in. And then now I'm using the clips on this one here. And so I'm connecting this small battery here to this larger battery. And when this guy gets tired, this one takes over. And it really works great. And like I say, I always end up with these batteries. Maybe you've got one, that wasn't working real well in your car, but it's still a pretty decent battery. And the way you can tell is you can put a voltmeter on them and check and see if there's enough voltage. As long as they've got somewhere around 12 volts, I'm happy. Now, when they get below 12 volts, get to 11 and a half and like that, they're pretty dead. But if it's up to 12 volts, and a lot of times like this guy will charge up to 12.6, and that's almost full. So it's very, very useful in this situation. and it helps me start this guy when it's really cold. So that's another idea that we use here. All right, let's go show you what it looks like in the pickup truck. Here you go, you can see we're using one of our little guys, and they're designed to fit right up here on your dash. This is so simple. I love this. So come around here. Another one of the attachments that they have, see it goes right on here, is this thing that plugs right into your cigarette lighter. Now what you're doing, there's a circuit there, and it's actually putting electricity back into your battery. And it's just as easy as just plugging it in, just as if you were plugging in your cigarette lighter. And now, whenever I'm not using the truck, and as I say, in my situation, I can go for a couple of months without ever starting this truck up. And that's when you wear your batteries down, and that's hard on batteries. Batteries love to be full. They love to be, you know, always a little trickle charge on them, and that's what these little guys can do for you. So simple. It's the easiest solar system that I know of, and it's one that'll really help you around your homestead. Well, thanks for taking a look. Hope that you might give this a try. Remember, keep your eyes on the sky, because he's coming back soon.
Yes, we're all in a master plan, though the things we do are just grains of sand. When these things are touched by the master's hand, then our lives turn into mountains in a master plan. Our lives turn into mountains in a master plan.
Take the part here. Oh, it's cold. Carlos is talking in my head now, right now. See, cover it up. Take care of it. Supposed to do this properly. And have stuff not done properly. Oh, sure, you're laying weight. Trying to trick an old person. Making electricity.